Hello everyone, welcome back to Plum Figgy. That was a weird little hand movement. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to Plum Figgy. Today is December 11th, so we're going to do another entry in the December Daily today. So, let's see. I'm going to need a big spread, maybe 2 spreads for this one. Ooh, I have an idea. I might have an idea for which page. Okay, sorry, getting ahead of myself. So we're going to do a prompt from my prompt list, and I'm going to do number 1. So where would you like to travel? So this one is not going to be Christmassy at all, but it's going to be hopefully some fun. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so why don't I... this actually might be a pretty darn good page. I need a lot of real estate for this prompt today, and I'm not sure how much Christmas stuff I want in the backgrounds, so this could potentially be good too. Well, so I was thinking there was that one page that has the fold out. Oh, so pretty. Yes, I like this one from yesterday. I think I'll keep this for some just some writing about Christmas this year. So my plans for this journal is I'm obviously going to have a lot of paper and pages left over after I'm done doing all the December daily parts. So I'll, take pictures from Christmas from this year and do my journaling and add, my personal family photos and things like that, and do journaling on extra pages. And then pages like this where might just be kind of eye candy and not used. So yeah, so that's kind of my plans for this one. Okay, so we've got, you know what? I think maybe that pages in the back might be better. I have this in here twice. Well, at least there were 2 of them anyway. Okay, glitter galore. We're going to be careful with that. Yeah, I don't think I want to use these. I think I'll keep those for something else. Ooh, well, this potentially... Okay, let's go back. We'll use this spread. So it most likely will encompass this page, this page, this page, and this page. And I think I really like this one because you don't really see anything Christmas outside of it. All right, so where do I want to travel? Well, I've got 4 different places where I'd like to travel. These 4 have always kind of been on my bucket list, and I've done a lot of traveling in my life, thankfully. Not just within the United States, but outside of the United States. But these are 4 places that I've always kind of wanted to go and just never have gone. So, first place is I want to go to the beach. So somewhere in the Caribbean. So for each of these, I went and found images. I just literally Googled the place and then downloaded some gorgeous images for each, and then some sort of a kind of a map for them. So obviously the Caribbean is here. This is obviously not an accurate map. It's an old-timey map, but yeah, gorgeous. So the Caribbean, or somewhere with the beach. It doesn't have to be the Caribbean, but that one's kind of an easy go-to type of destination. Maybe we'll do the Caribbean on this page, and then I could cover up that little rip. Next place, I've always wanted to come here. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. So this is a map or photo of Ireland from the down, from space, I'm sure. And so, yeah, I really kind of want to go there. Castle, things like that. I don't know if I'll use both of these. I feel like, is this the same? Obviously, I've never been there, but now that I'm looking more closely at this, I'm thinking maybe this is the other end of this block. I somehow grabbed the same sort of photo, so we'll decide. I might not use both of those, but so Ireland is another place. I've always wanted to go do a cruise to Alaska, see the Northern Lights, and are you seeing a theme here? Mountains, beautiful blue skies, and obviously glaciers. I would love to see that someday. So Alaska, and then last but certainly not least, I'd love to go to New Zealand. This one is not an accurate map. I think it's a Lord of the Rings map. But I chose that one for a reason, because watching Lord of the Rings, I think I'm not alone here. Probably a lot of us have New Zealand as a destination based off, what we saw in the Lord of the Rings movies. So, so those are the 4 places I would love to go visit someday. Maybe I'll use this or this side for writing about my places. So I'm going to put Ireland here first. But first, before I do any of that, I want to do some collage. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use just plain tea-dyed papers or papers from this pile, which would have more interest in decoration. I'm thinking maybe these could be kind of cool. Could be kind of busy though. Yeah. I'm gonna go the plain or tea-dyed route for this one, I think, because I want the photos that I found to shine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, I guess, start doing some collaging here and I'm not gonna go overboard or do tons of this, but I just want a little bit of interest in the background. So, okay, so I have story time. I don't know how fun of a story it is, but so the other day I was sharing my Christmas song playlist with everyone, and just talking about Christmas music that I like and whatnot. Let's see, not last night, but the night before, I had some downtime, and so watched a little bit of TV and jumped onto, let's see, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save this. Sorry, got distracted. Maybe save that one. Found on HBO Max, which is one of my channels, or one of the channels that I subscribe to, or streaming services. There's an Alanis Morissette documentary. I don't know if it's new, but I just discovered it the other day, and so I was like, ooh, let's watch this. Because I graduated high school in 1996, which is kind of when she started really kind of making a name for herself and just really being out there in the world. And so, I kind of, that was a good time for me to, I was growing up, and her message of, she was a feminist, and, I feel like I've always been one. I just never, maybe at that point in time, knew what that was called. But anyway, so I was curious about the documentary, so I started watching it, and then it was just like, reminiscing, because it brought so many memories back from that time of my life. And so, for some reason, I've never really had her albums. Well, the one that Jagged Pill is the one that we all know and love so well. I've never really had those in my playlist on Spotify. So that documentary was like sparking me to go find go find her albums and other songs from other albums that she's had that I've always liked, like Thank You, Knees of My Bees, those types of songs. And so put those into my starred playlist on Spotify and was listening to them, on the way to and from work yesterday. And yes, I had to go back to work yesterday, to the office. And I was just kind of like in my zone, I was just rocking out all the way to work, all the way back home. And the funniest thing that I was thinking was how I just knew all the words to all the songs. And I was kind of surprising myself in a way where I was like, okay, well, I knew the words to that one. I mean, I really remembered that one. Like, literally every single song on that album, I just know the words to. It just came right back. I had forgotten that I had listened to that album so much, apparently, back in the day. So anyway, just thought that was funny. So if you guys also, if any one of you also are like Alanis, if you love Alanis, or back in the day you liked Alanis, it was a good documentary. I mean, it's talking about her personal life and kind of a little bit more about what was going on back then and that kind of thing, and just interesting. I mean, it's pretty typical for what you would expect for that kind of a documentary. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see how she is now versus how she was back then, and just kind of all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so if you have some time and you have that streaming service, I highly recommend going and checking it out. Okay, so yeah, I knew I was gonna have to cover this, and now I'm kind of like, I don't really want to cover I don't think I really want to cover it, but we will. Okay, so let me see. I might do this one maybe down here in this corner, and then we can do this one here. I don't have to use every single one of these. Kind of wish I didn't put that those music notes right there, because I don't really want to cover that up now, but I may just end up doing that. Okay. Sorry, it is so cold today, and my nose is just running like crazy. Okay, so let's do this. I do want to keep the music note because I think it's kind of something that makes me think of Ireland, because just the music scene and everything there. Alright, so I'm gonna glue these down first. I'm not gonna ink around these. I thought about doing that, but then I was like, nah. So that was the thought process in that. But why these places? I don't know. Ireland, just because this, obviously it's beautiful there. It's old, and I remember being in Europe and other places in Europe, and just was like kind of in awe a lot about the difference between Europe and United States, and just how old everything is compared to the United States. And I just really found that very charming. So let's go ahead and put that there. And it's a place where people speak English, which is also helpful because I do not speak other languages. Not that that's a big reason why, but it would just be easier, I think, to travel there. Maybe I will just cover that one. Yeah, I guess so. Or, yeah, I'll just cover the music note. I can always add more if I want to. Actually, maybe I'll just do that. I've got plenty of them to choose from, so. All right, let me find another music. Oh, this looks kind of cool paper. Let's keep that. So I'll use this or do something with that. Not sure what. Music, music, music. Easier said than done, apparently. Maybe I've used a lot of it. There we go. Okay. I'll just put this down here. And that'll bring a little bit more of that white color down here into the corner. Okay, well, there's Ireland. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna stamp out the words of each one onto something see-through-ish, and okay, this one needs more room. And I had a point. Here, I'm gonna get rid of some of this map because I don't think, well, or maybe I'll just paste something over it because we don't need to show that whole thing. With some embossing powder, so it'll make it a little bit more 3D and just interesting, hopefully. Okay, so we've got the Caribbean. I think maybe should we put this in the middle and put this kind of like that. And then this one could go kind of like this. Okay, I don't like that, so this one didn't turn out. My photos some of them are a little not great looking, and I think because the paper that I used is not the most high quality, and that's fine. I don't mind that. And B, my cyan color ink is running out, and so I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure quite how this is going to turn out, but we'll just go with it and see anyway. Okay, what do I need here? I think this one on the bottom, this one on the top, this one there, this one there, and then these two can connect in the middle. So I'll just keep some empty space in between. Oh, and then I printed on the back side of some things that I didn't need to print out and then didn't need to use. So I think we'll keep this one fairly simple today. I don't have tons of time for this December daily today, unfortunately. So we'll kind of keep it a little bit simple. Okay, put that there. There was another thing I was going to tell you, and now I'm not remembering what it was. Maybe I don't want that to go all the way down. Okay. Doing some snorkeling. think we're gonna get snow today. Or if not snow, rain. And very cold temperatures. Not very cold. Colder than it's been. January is gonna get much colder. January is gonna get much colder than December. It always does that. Here. Okay. Let me get rid of this glue. Now, I think I'll keep the back side of this smaller page for my journaling, but I'm not a fan of what's happening here, so maybe I'll cover that with a piece of this paper. Whatever this paper came from. I can't remember. It's thick though. Maybe it doesn't separate. No, it's not big enough. Okay, let's see. Just use some of this book page. There we go. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Okay. Like, surely I can. Oh, do you know what? I can't. I need one page for New Zealand and one page for Alaska. So, okay. I didn't think through that very well. This one is a little bit longer, so maybe we'll do New Zealand over here and then Alaska over here, and I don't know if I'll have enough room for all 4 of these, so let's see. Kind of need to do no Oliver. I do need to make one of these. I need to make some journaling space for myself, so this one is backed. Okay. Maybe I'll cut this one down widthwise a little bit. Okay, back to this. Sorry. Maybe this needs to kind of come up here. I think I'll turn this into a tuck spot, but before I glue that down, let's see. This can come here. And this could, I don't want to cover those trees. I don't want to cover this either. Ah! Okay. Let's do this. We're going to sacrifice one of those and just go with these 2. And then maybe I'll turn this into a journaling card for Alaska. So since I'm doing this, do I need to... I'll just use this for my journaling card. Okay. So, okay, sorry. I'm just like, one of these needs to become a tuck spot, maybe. Glue this one down. And then this one. Down here. And then this one. I'm going to just glue those two sides, so then that way it will become a tuck spot. For my journaling card, which will be this. And so then this can then, yeah, that'll be good. Tuck right into that. We don't care so much about the flag on this page, maybe. All right, so let me find something to pack this with. This is a nice sturdy cardstock. Yeah. Actually, I don't think I want to use cardstock for that because my background paper is not the sturdiest, or the tuck spot is not the sturdiest. Okay. Alright, so I kind of like the idea of having a border around this journaling card. Maybe add a little something to it. Okay. There's our journaling card for our spread today. And I'll save this. Alright, so for now I'm just going to tuck that down in there. Okay, now for New Zealand, let's do maybe this big one up there, and we can put this one there. I'm going to do New Zealand here. Move everything up just a bit. Oh, I've got I was trying to keep everything on here, so I've got more room. Okay, so I can move this. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down and then work around that. Okay, I do think I like having this one up here. There, and then this one down here. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't really do any other collaging with background papers, but I think this one definitely could use it. This one already had some of that happening anyway, and so that'll be fine. Okay, so we'll get this one, whoops, glued down. Keep my glue on the paper would be good. So yeah, clearly I have a thing for the mountains. I don't know. Maybe that's because that's mostly where I've been in my life, is mountains rather than beaches. So I guess they have a softer spot in my heart because of that. But okay, so now I don't know if I need to do New Zealand twice, but maybe I will. So now I'm gonna go ahead and let's do some stamping and embossing of the names of the places. Don't think, yeah, this is gonna be too small, so this one. And too small too. Sorry, I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to just use up the scraps that I've got rather than create new ones. Okay. Hopefully that will be... I've got some more out of frame that you guys can't see. Okay, so I'm going to use this stamp set, which kind of matches my other number stamp set. So keeping things cohesive. All right, so let's start with Ireland. I gotta remember I gotta spell this backwards here. Okay, I. Alrighty, so I've got my sparkly, coppery words. I want to, some of these have, so this is some parchment paper. I want to make them a little bit less wide. And then this one has got the, you know, when you tear saran wrap or parchment paper from the box, it's got the tooth marks still, so I want to get rid of that. Okay, so I'll leave the rest of it. And then let's see, this one, I just want to rip there. So there's the Caribbean. And then this one we need to remove the number 1 from Alaska. I think I might tear this one down just a little bit too. I'm trying to decide how I want to attach these to the page, because to be honest, if I put glue down, it's going to see through. I'm thinking I might just staple these. I've been using my stapler lately, and I might have made this a little smaller than I want, but we'll see. Be very careful. I don't want to remove any part of the word because these took a minute to do. Not terribly long, but a minute. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see. Okay, so we'll have one straight edge and one not. All right. Now, make sure and get all that embossing powder off my desk. Okay, so let's open this back up to our page. There we go. All right, now we've got, oh, the Caribbean's gonna be big. I didn't think about that, but you know, I could make it kind of span I can make it go like that. That'd be fine. And then maybe, okay, so we've got Ireland here. It's on the back. Yeah, I don't want to put staples on that, so I'm gonna go ahead and just glue this. And, oh, this glue is ridiculous. And I was gonna say, if the glue shows through, it will just show through. I'm gonna try and keep it to the outside edge. There must be something, maybe some water in this glue. I don't know what is up with this glue, but it's extremely watery. So it's gonna make it all bumpy, but that's okay. Okay. Well, I don't love having Ireland and the Caribbean right next to each other necessarily. So, yeah, it's not my favorite, but it'll be fine. Cover up the snorkeler, I guess. Alright, so put my finger where I want to stop the glue. Oh. And smooth this out with my finger. Alrighty. We'll just say that you can see through the paper. And then that'll be okay. Okay, so oops. Carefully. Oh, no. Okay, well, it's so wet that it's just making the paper. This is just tracing paper, so it's not like it's overly sturdy. It's very thin. So, okay. Here's that. Maybe I'll put number 1. Oh, here, I'll do this. I'll do that way you'll know that it's all connected. Might as well do it this way because it's kind of going everywhere anyway. Okay, there's number 1. We've got Alaska. Maybe I'll do this here. My hands are a gluey mess at this point, but you know, hey, it's just fine. It'll be just fine. Oh, I just remembered I was going to tell you a story, and I started it and then I just totally didn't finish it. I never do this, but I follow, let's see. Her name is hard to pronounce, but Cindy Guntert Baldo on YouTube. She's a planner girl, but she's my kind of planner girl. She's not one of those cutesy planner girls. Yeah, I was afraid this was gonna glue itself together. She's been doing giveaways of planners throughout December. And so I really never, like I say, I never do this sort of thing. But I entered one of her giveaways for the October Silk and Sonder planner, which if you are into planners at all, you will have had ads thrown at you on social media for one of these planners, and I've always been super curious about them because firstly they're just really pretty planners, and I don't know, I've just kind of been curious about them. So anyway, so I entered her giveaway for that one and I won. I've never ever won anything like that before, and I was just absolutely floored that firstly that I won, and I don't know. So anyway, I'm super excited. So that just happened today, and as soon as if you're curious or interested, let me know in the comments. I may or may not show it, so because I don't want to show it if you guys aren't interested in it. But yeah, so that was really kind of fun. Okay. Let's do a date. So today is December 11th, and I'm going to do it here next to the number 1. Let's do it vertical. I like that a little bit better. Okay, and then I'm going to keep this simple. Like I said, I'm not going to do any more decoration. This is a little weird, kind of hanging out the side there. But yeah, because you can, that's awesome. You can see it just behind this page, the date. So that'll work really well. And it's very clearly all part of the same spread. So, okay, so I'm going to do my journaling, I think later, because this needs to dry, or maybe is it dry? No, I'll go ahead and do my journaling now. Okay, let's find a pen to use. I'm going to use, I think, this pen. This is a Lamy Safari, and I've got blue ink in this one. I don't remember the actual color of ink of blue. I didn't write that down, but I figure with all the blue that we've got going on this page, I'll go ahead and just use blue. All right, so here is my journaling for today. Basically said the exact same thing that I told you, just the reasons why I want to go see these places. So, all right, guys, well, that is going to do it for me today. A little bit different, and hopefully you had a good time with me. It's nice to see something that's not maybe so December or Christmas. In the middle of December, or sort of in the middle of December. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.